Genshin Impact is an amazing game that I would recommend to anyone, even though their wallets will definitely be hurting afterwards. The crazy thing is though that it's been a whole year and people still don't even know what the title means. I'm here to explain the meaning behind the words Genshin Impact and why this makes the story even better. Shadow, what is Genshin? It's a gacha game, but that's not important. There are two meanings to Genshin Impact, which is why I'm splitting the words up into two sections starting with the word Genshin. Look, I get it. You've been slaving away in this game every day just for a few primo gems so that you can get your favorite characters, only to get Chi-Chi at the end of it all. And just like Chi-Chi constellations, knowing the meaning of Genshin Impact will improve your gameplay experience.
Wait a minute!
As you guys know, Genshin Impact is made by MiHoYo, which is a Chinese game company. It has different titles depending on where you live, so I'll just put them all up on the screen so you can see them all. What's kind of nice is that Genshin ended up going with the Japanese name for the game, which is Genshin. The reason they did this is to make it easier and more familiar for those who watch anime already, aka marketing. Now for the actual definition of Genshin, it's not actually clear cut, even when you try to be a Google gamer. But during the story quest, Venti says Genshin when talking about the kind of power and users, Archons, Vision owners, etc. But into the text of the conversation, the word Genshin doesn't actually appear. Actually, let me just show you both of them.
To channel elemental power. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people allogenes.
And now let's switch to Japanese.
実はね、神の目の所有者はみんな神になる資格を持っているんだよ。その者たちは原神と呼ばれて天空の島に登る資格があるんだ。
原神？聞いたことがない言葉だな。
Kinda crazy, right? How just a slight difference in translation changes everything. So, allogens, also known as Genshin, are humans who possess visions, enabling them to focus their mental energy so that they can use their elemental powers of their visions, and this also allows them the right to ascend to Celestia and try and become a god. And if the Archons ever decide to tell us anything about Celestia, maybe we'll actually find out something about where our sibling is. Sorry, just a personal pet peeve. Others have suggested that Genshin means Tribunal. Well, I can't find evidence that it doesn't mean Tribunal there. It is evidence that it could mean Tribunal. In the description for the Hydro Ascension gem, we get the phrase, "Only laws and the Tribunal can judge someone." This is a quote from the God of Justice, who is the Hydro Archon who's in charge of Fontaine. Dainsleif also says,
"The God of Justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods. But even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine."
If these two pieces of info correctly do confirm that Genshin means Tribunal, then you can put Tribunal together with the Ascended and then you get the God's Court, which judges the people with visions. And the thing about visions, which most people don't seem to know about, is that visions aren't meant to give people elemental powers. They're just an amplifier for a character's connection to certain elements. If anything, they have to have another purpose that connects them to Celestia. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. It's one of the best ways to support me so you don't miss my future delusion video that I'm gonna make. As I like to say, make the big number go even bigger. Remember in school when they said the dinosaurs all got wiped out by a giant meteor? Now that right there is an impact. Impact is in the title of another game from MiHoYo called Honkai Impact Third. In the Honkai Impact universe, Impact is referred to as a massive cataclysm that wipes off all of human civilization completely when humanity gets too advanced in technology. Basically, alien beings called Honkai are parasites that attach to human hosts and turn them into godlike beings. These godlike beings are called Hershers. Think of them as evil versions of Archons. They're not exactly as nice as the ones we know. Hershers push the reset button on humanity and wipe them out of existence whenever they get too advanced. The reason it's called Honkai Impact Third is because there have been a total of 3 impacts, and every time that the humans get annihilated, they have to start all over again from scratch. And just like how advanced technology is the downfall of civilization in Honkai, Genshin Impact has already had at least one impact as well. Conria. Conria wasn't the only place that we know of that was affected by Celestia though. Dragonspine is also another place in history that we know was affected by Celestia. Do you remember the Skyfrost nail at the top of Dragonspine that we had to put back together when we first got there? Well, if you didn't, now you do. If you've forgotten, the Skyfrost snail originally descended by Celestia onto a once prosperous civilization as punishment for questioning the heaven's authority, turning the land into a region of endless snowstorms. This city entombed in snow once had a proud romantic name to call its own, just as the mountain itself was once lush and verdant in the ancient past. But after the nail froze the skies over descended upon this mountain, the festive site where the priests ascended to face the heavens can no longer hear its voice, nor will those priests ever return again. Oh, and by the way, before Dragonspine, we've seen both the Skyfrost Snail and Celestia multiple times. I mean, sure, every time you log into the game and you're going for Celestia, you may have not noticed the giant pillars on the side of the screen that look just like the Skyfrost Snail. Bit more golden because it's probably still in peak condition, whereas the ones on the ground look more like the statues of the Seven, which are still connected to Celestia anyway. Even though an impact is supposed to wipe out everyone, some people survived, and we know of a few characters who witnessed it firsthand, and each of them have had a huge impact on the story so far. We know that the twins, Dainsleif, and A saw it all, and most likely the other Archons saw it as well if they were around. Now, for the people that saw it, Antagonist Traveler saw the destruction and joined the Abyss, leading them to war against Celestia. Protagonist Traveler fell asleep for 500 years and more. Dainsleif decided to fight the Abyss, and I wonder if Dainsleif is fighting the Abyss so that the antagonist twin doesn't cause everyone to get wiped out by Celestia again. And A once fought for their progress but lost her sister and also witnessed the destruction of Conria, decided it was best to try and put Inazuma in a stasis, knowing that progress results in Celestia wiping everyone out. The Vision Hunt Decree was an attempt at halting progress and an attempt to save her people, but now in the most recent Archon quest, Inazuma has begun to progress again due to our efforts. I'm pretty curious on what's gonna happen with Shesnaya because the Traveler and A killed a diplomat who was a part of the strongest army in all of Teyvat, and I don't think it's exactly the greatest idea to kill a diplomat whose army is literally in every country due to having the best military, especially when your country is lacking in technology because you put them on hold for a while. But maybe the Saritsa won't care at all about what happened. There's a good chance that the Saritsa will let it slide because she doesn't care about any of the Harbingers and she already got the Gnosis that she wanted. But if she does care, Inazuma's gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. Which reminds me, I'm still salty about them not showing us what the Electro-Gnosis looks like, so hopefully in the future they'll show us what that one looks like and the other ones. Also, I think Snezhnaya is probably the most likely place to cause another impact, seeing as in the world of Genshin they have the most advanced technology of any nation we've seen so far, being able to even replicate vision with tools known as delusions. And from what we know, their leader has beef with the Divine, so they're probably going to try and challenge them someday, somehow. It's also one of the last places we're going to visit before we head to Conria, so I think it has a big chance of getting destroyed. Anyways, that's what Genshin Impact means. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for your ass, man, and I'll catch you next time.